You know, sometimes I genuinely wonder if most people have any hero or role model in their life, or if they've ever had a hero or a role model in their life. We are such a confused and lost generation and culture. Man, the places people get their advice, the ways people form their worldviews, it's very haphazard. I think one thing some of our ancestors understood a lot better than we do is that the mind is kind of like an organic thing, and what you feed into it, you'll get out. And I know that might be cliche, you probably heard that before, but it's really, 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 really true. And so it's a genuine health and spiritual hazard to browse the internet, having no moorings or anchor in real life, and try and find political advice, spiritual advice, any kind of advice, relationship advice. Oh God, the relationship advice. Please, if you watch my channel and you also happen to watch like YouTube relationship people, there's a 99% chance everything they're telling you is crap. And people would know all these things. People would see how ridiculous a lot of these people are and how not worth listening to they are if you had a role model. And I don't say that to get at anyone or as a jab to anyone. I think it's very unfortunate that we're in a situation where so many young people have no concept of who they should be or how they should become who they need to be. And so you've got these grifters that pop up to try and fill that gap, because in this digital hellscape of ideas, there will not be a vacuum. And I think these last 5 years have shown that most of those grifters are grifters. I don't want to name any names, but whether it's, there's people who a lot of young men specifically really looked up to, who have shown themselves to be just as weak, sad, and lost as most of the young men they talk down to. For me, a big one is my grandmother. She passed not too long ago. She had a very good life. She was the most lovely, level-headed, kind, considerate, even-keeled human being you could imagine. And she lived through things that would make lesser men and women buckle, okay? Whether it's the Great Depression, the war times, a lot of crap. And she never lost this joy. And she also never lost her wisdom. And one of the last things she said to me before she passed was, the world will never be the way you want it to be. It never will. There's always going to be something that if it could just change, your life would be so much better. And if you go looking for those things, you'll find a million of them. What you can do and what you can control is today. You can make yourself better today. You can make your situation a little better today. And it might be in the smallest ways possible, but you can do that. What you can't do is, if you feel like you were born ugly, you can't become unugly. If you feel like you have really terrible social skills and always have, it's going to be a hard road to become this social butterfly. But you got to stop wanting things that are nearly impossible to achieve, or else you're going to live your whole life feeling like a failure. Okay? And you're not a failure. I mean, it might be cheesy, but you were born, you're a human, you're fed the ideas you're fed, and you're going to function a certain kind of way depending on the worldview you form. You're very much a product of your time and place. But you need to try as much as you can to make it so that your time and place are life-giving, so that you can rest your head every night feeling a little bit better than the night before. So that means don't watch gore on the internet, don't celebrate war and destruction, don't spend all your time seething about your political ideological enemies, don't spend all your time seething about men or about women, don't spend all your time seething about all the gender crap going on. You have stuff to do. You're worth more than all these narratives, and you very much are capable of forming a better consciousness. You can think more positively, you can see the grass is green, you can try and get out into nature, And you can please, for the love of God, find someone, think in your life, who's someone that you, as a kid, you knew this person's good. And I don't mean good like they make me feel good. They say you can do whatever you want. I mean good like this person really cares about people and cares about me. If you're lucky enough that person's still alive and you still have a bridge to get to them, please go talk to them. Ask them for advice on what you're going through. Okay? No matter what it is, I mean it. And maybe if you say something that you've been bouncing around on the internet and stressed about, they might help you realize how stupid that was and how you need to focus on something more fruitful. Those are just some thoughts. I don't mean to sound hypocritical because I'm obviously currently an internet talking head, but I really believe like a big sadness of modernity is people spend so much time receiving input from people who don't give a shit about them, and then we forget about the people who actually love you and care about you. So go find those people. I promise it'll be worth it.